My next guest has starred in numerous films and soon will be seen as Garth's dream girl in Wayne's World. Please welcome Please welcome Donna Dixon, folks. Wow, I didn't think anybody could follow the Pixies, but I think you quelled the savage beast. Hey, we have something in common now. We have a little... Where's that picture of that beautiful kid, huh?
Yes,
your little daughter.
I have a 2-year-old.
We
I
put
heard
that
you
up
have
for-
one too.
Yeah, I have a little boy named... Oh.
Did you bring a picture?
We should get them together. You know,
Do you
I have
a picture?
I have it back. I have it back in my dressing room. Let me go get it. No, I didn't bring it. I have a little boy named Holden.
Oh, I see. But are you one of these parents that you don't believe in showing pictures of your children on nationwide television?
No.
And should I have not brought my picture?
No, I have a picture back. He looks kind of like this without the hat. You know, babies up to a point, they kind of all look the same. So now, Garth's dream girl, how was it shoot? Well, I know Mike and Dana from way back, but did you have fun shooting it?
It was absolutely wonderful. I mean, you know, I've been fortunate in my career that I think I've worked with most all of the top comedians, except for, I think, Bill Murray and Steve Martin. So for me, this is a second generation of comedians coming out. And it was wonderful. I fell in love with Dana and Mike.
Yeah, talk to Dana. He fell in love with you, too.
I think I had a crush on him.
Did you?
Absolutely. But the movie is really a lot of fun. It's the type of film that you have to abandon yourself to that type of humor. When I first read the script, it really wasn't something that I was really used to. But after watching the clips of the show, because it's from Saturday Night Live, and meeting the boys, you know, it was something that I had to do.
Boy, they'll love that.
Well, listen, you know, Dana's character plays, he's an arrested adolescent.
Yeah.
And like all young boys of that age, you know, who always had a love from afar, but there was no way that the relationship could consummate because either the woman was too old or, you know, maybe she was married. But he...
Well, believe me, Dana was just acting when he had control of his glands. So let's watch. We have a clip here. This is from Wayne's World. Let's watch.
There's your girlfriend, Garth. Yeah.
Excuse me, I fell.
Has that summer of '92 feel about it?
That's right. I mean, he is one of the cutest things I've ever seen.
Yeah. Well,
the church lady come to life.
Well, now, I think that Lorne was smart about the film. I read that he said he wanted it to stay rough around the edges, because if anything, Wayne's World always looked like a little cable work in progress.
That's right.
So they didn't really glitz it up for the movie, did they?
No,
Just
not at all. What you see is what you get. I mean, but of course, with Wayne's World on the television show, you only see the basement. And here in the film, you really do see their world, and of course, through their eyes.
Well, I think it's going to go through the roof. I mean, I'm hoping it does, because they're friends of mine. But,
Absolutely. Same here. Friends of mine, too.
I haven't heard anybody who doesn't love it so far. Now, your husband has to be, Dan Aykroyd, has to be one of the sweetest men I've ever met. When he hosted the show, he's always gone out of his way to make us feel like we certainly weren't part of the not ready for primetime players. They were a breed apart, but he always makes us feel like we're part of that to some extent.
You're right. Danny, he is. He's one of the kindest people I know. He's wonderful. In fact, he prepared me for the show.
Oh, yeah?
He called me this afternoon and he said, "Oh, Donna, listen, I know exactly what you can do when you come on and get a really big laugh."
That, of course, is their Dan Aykroyd impression.
You couldn't tell? You couldn't tell?
Oh, I love that.
You know what's going to happen? I'm going to go home tonight and Daddy's going to say, "You don't sound like me. Now stop it." But anyway, as he's telling me that he has something for me to bring onto the show, and I'm thinking, I'm not really into props. He said, "Oh, well, at least not on talk shows, that is." And said, you know, you should tell Dennis that, would you like to see a picture of the two of us together from the other night?
And
Would you?
Yes, I would. We have a picture here.
And so he had this delivered 15 minutes ago from his assistant, and here it is. This is the big laugh. What do you think? This is Danny and I.
That was Danny's joke from today?
That was Danny's joke from today.
Well,
Just to get a
SNL
little...
was his glory years. And, you know, when he did the 15th anniversary show and they brought him and Jimmy Belushi out together, I'm telling you, they gave a nice round of applause to Jim Belushi.
Yes.
But then as everybody sat there, and every famous person in this business was in that crowd, the applause came back up for Aykroyd. And boy, I got such goosebumps, because to me, and I think to most people, he was like the very definition of the first 5 years of that show.
I think so.
Yeah, and it was really cool.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Well, it was, man. It got me all... Wow.
I think Danny should come and do the show, don't you?
Yeah, I'd love to have Dan.
That would be wonderful.
You want to hear a weird story? The first interview I ever did in my life was with you.
You're kidding.
No, it was a thing. You did a film called Dr. Detroit. I guess that's where you met Dan.
That's right.
And we were at a hotel on the Upper East Side called the Westbury, I believe, and you guys did a press junket. And I was like this kid from Pittsburgh. I hosted this show for teenagers, and they sent me in a room to interview you, and I was like, you know, it was the first time I ever met a star, and I was thinking like, oh, what's your favorite color? And, you know, it was like the lamest interview, so I'm sure you don't remember it.
Well,
Do you remember that press junket, though?
I remember the press junket, absolutely. I remember that time very much, because that's where Danny and I met. I walked away with gold on that film.
Yeah.
I walked away meeting one of my best friends, Franny Drescher, and my husband.
I remember he was the iconoclast even then. Everybody pulled up in limos, and he whipped up on this huge, it was either a Harley or a Vincent Black Shadow or something.
Well, he
had
still
the
loves his Harley,
Yeah.
you know, and so does his daughter. He's already bought her motorcycle boots. They're about this big. It's great. How are you doing with the career and the child? Have you hit any of those dilemmas yet? Are you feeling guilty from being away? Are you
Oh,
just
no.
loving
You know what it does? It
You're
cuts out
cool?
all the chafe in your life. Like as soon as you're done here, I go home, you know?
Uh-huh.
I just don't go out
That's right.
anywhere else. 'Cause
Well, what are you doing tomorrow for Valentine's Day?
I'm going to maybe go work on another kid to miss. I think the wife and I might step away from the little kid
Good.
for a night.
So
and
you're learning to, that's...
bump
so you
into
do
each
have
other a
it,
few
so.
times. Hey, now I know you're interested in architecture. What do you think of the set? You like it? You're a bit of a buff, aren't you?
I am. I think it's wonderful.
How would you classify this? What do we got going here?
It reminds me a little bit of Frank Lloyd Wright, a little William Morris.
William Morris, the
Not the
talented-
agency.
Oh,
No.
okay. Once you get past Frank Lloyd Wright, I know
Yeah.
no other architects except
No, but
maybe.
it's wonderful. Listen, I love everything about your show. It has a lot of class. I love the robes in my dressing
Oh
room.
yeah, we gave you a nice terry cloth
That's
robe.
really nice. I'm going home with gifts.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nice. I'm very impressed with
Wow.
your staff all the way down.
Well, good luck with Wayne's World, Donna. Say hi to Danny for me. Tell him to get on here. Come on, I need him. Come
You
on.
need him. That I will. I'll tell
And
him.
tell him to bring the baby with him. Thanks for coming on.
Thank
Nice
you.
to see you again. Donna Dixon, Wayne's World. Right back with more of the Pixies, folks.